Hello, friends. Welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. In today's lesson, we shall be looking at fluency in English. And we are going to examine the basic question, what exactly is fluency in English? And then we will talk about how you can become fluent in the use of English. So if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on this channel, you will be instantly notified. Let's dive into the lesson right away, and let's have the entire screen for a clearer view. Okay. Now, let's start with a quick look at the agenda for today's episode. We have 5 items on our agenda for this lesson. Number 1, what fluency means. 2, what speaking fluently entails. 3, wrong perceptions about fluency. 4, types of fluency. And 5, how to improve your fluency. Now let's begin with the first item. What exactly does fluency mean? Fluency is the ability to speak effortlessly and smoothly without hesitation. To be fluent in English is to be able to speak English very well. Now, let's look at a few dictionary definitions of fluency so that it becomes clearer to us what exactly it means. Excuse me. The quality of being able to speak or write a language, especially a foreign language, easily and well. That is Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, the International Students Edition. Then the second definition, the ability to speak or write a specified foreign language with facility. And that is from Collins English Dictionary. Let's take the third one. The ability to speak or write a foreign language easily and accurately. This is from lexico.com. Okay, so now let's look at what speaking fluently entails. Now, speaking fluently has to do with being able to use language with clarity and ease. That's exactly what it entails. It has to do with your words coming out easily and smoothly in normal conversations, just like water flowing naturally from its source. You know, so is that ease with which a proficient user of a language speaks and writes, all right? So speaking fluently really entails speaking powerfully and confidently, and in such a manner that the words come out easily without, much effort, and with clarity too, all right? Now, let's look at some wrong perceptions about fluency. You know, some people think that fluency means being perfect, Well, it's related to that, but that fluency doesn't necessarily mean perfection. All right? And it doesn't necessarily mean speaking exactly like a native speaker. Fluency simply means that you can communicate your ideas easily and effectively. That is what fluency is about. You can speak and write easily and clearly without copying a specific native speaker accent. There's no need trying to copy a specific native speaker accent because all native speakers don't have the same accent in the first place. You know, a British English speaker doesn't have exactly the same accent with an American English speaker. Neither does a Canadian have the same accent with an Australian. So why should anyone expect you to mimic the native English speaker? You don't have to mimic or copy a native English speaker. You can speak, fluently without, copying a native speaker. So that's exactly what you ought to understand. Now let's look at types of fluency. The first one is physical fluency. This refers to your ability to use your mouth to produce and connect English sounds and words in a fast and smooth way. All right. And then you have mental fluency, and this refers to your brain being able to find the right words and build English sentences quickly and smoothly. According to Noam Chomsky, a notable American grammatical theorist, everyone who has acquired English language has done so because of this innate ability, which he calls LAD, language acquisition device. There is this language acquisition device in every individual. It is an inborn facility that enables you to learn a language, not English alone, but your mother tongue if you are not an English native speaker. This innate ability, this language acquisition device enabled you to acquire your mother tongue, your native language. And if you are a native English speaker, it is this LAD that enabled you to acquire that. Now, what this means is that when you learn a language, even as a second language, right? It may not be your mother tongue, but if you have really learned a language, over time you internalize the rules and they become part of you, and they are stored up in your subconscious. And so you have this mental ability. Your brain is able to find the right words and build English sentences quickly and smoothly. And of course, English as a language has this characteristic which is known as creativity. English is creative. I mean, every language is creative. And this creative aspect of language enables you to construct sentences in English, unlimited number of sentences. And in fact, you can express your ideas in a variety of sentences of varying structures, all right? Now, it is this your mental ability, so fluency has to do with your brain being able to find the right words and build English sentences quickly and smoothly. As I speak to you right now, I don't give so much thought to what I say. I just open my mouth and I say them because I already anticipate everything I want to say. Once I imagine it, then I can communicate it. So that is how language works, all right? Language, of course, is one of the wonders of the Creator, all right? Because you can't even explain the ease with which you can communicate your ideas using language. And that actually is what makes fluency. When you become fluent in a language, then you can communicate your ideas with clarity, with facility, and of course, you can keep communicating your ideas in any manner that you desire to do so. Now, let's look at how to improve your fluency. Improving fluency simply requires practicing English speaking consistently. And of course, fluency has to do with speaking and writing. So you need to practice speaking, practice writing, all right? Now, speaking a language is like doing a sport or playing a musical instrument. The only way to learn how to do something is to start doing it. So the only way to improve your speaking fluency is to practice speaking, all right? You need to practice regularly in order to improve your fluency. Now, let's begin to look at different ways in which you can improve your fluency. Now, the first one is joining English classes during which you listen to and repeat what the teacher says. You do some pronunciation practices. You participate in conversations. You know, just engage in different exercises, things that will enable you to use the language consistently. Because as the English say, practice makes perfect, all right? Now, the second one is speed reading and reading aloud. You can find a text in a textbook, a newspaper, magazine, website, blog, etc. You can choose a simple passage, read it aloud, and time yourself. Do it repeatedly and always try to improve on your previous performance. Now, reading aloud is a way of turning written words into spoken expressions, and this is very useful in improving fluency. While you are reading, you are listening to your voice pronouncing the words. This gives you the opportunity to learn how to produce the sounds and connect the words, to form sentences. So activities that, enable you to use the language will also help you to improve your fluency. Now, the next one is speaking to yourself. Speaking to yourself is a way of improving your fluency. You find time to talk to yourself about just anything. You can choose a topic, you can record your speeches, review them, and correct yourself constantly. The act of speaking out loud will help you to become more comfortable speaking English, and that can be very helpful, especially when you are trying to improve your fluency, okay? The fourth one is using songs and lyrics, all right? Yeah, singing songs is something that really gives you a lot of motivation. It's quite inspiring. So you can find an English song you like, get the lyrics and sing the song with the lyrics. You can just listen to any English song and sing along with it. As a Christian, I like singing hymns, right? Begin with slow songs and then practice with faster ones. Singing aloud to your favorite English songs will help you improve your speaking fluency. There's no doubt about this because music has been found to be a universal medium for, lifting up your soul and getting you highly motivated. And it can become a very facilitating way of improving your fluency. This technique is actually scientifically proven to be a useful way of helping yourself learn a language. A lot of language learners have actually benefited from this method. Now, the next one is learning language in chunks. Learn language in phrases, in sentences. This is the natural process in language speaking. You can adopt this technique for practicing speaking. Learn forming new sentences by substituting old phrases with new ones within a given sentence structure. Uh, Phrases and expressions can be helpful for sounding more natural when you speak. Now, if you study the structure of the English language, you will discover that the English language has a definite structure. And the structure of the English language is such that all the grammatical units are interconnected, interrelated. For example, when you begin in an ascending order with the smallest unit of grammar, you will find that morphemes combine to form words, words combine to form phrases, phrases combine to form clauses, and clauses combine to form sentences. And they are all interrelated. So when you learn to practice speaking, you learn, taking chunks of language and learning them. You are familiarizing yourself with the meaningful units and structures of the language. And this is a very effective way of improving your fluency. The sixth one is listening and speaking. You can find a short video clip that uses correct English words, then repeat the speaker's words line by line. Of course, you can try to mimic the tone, the speed, and even the accent if you can, all right? But I strongly recommend that you should not fall into the trap of trying to copy a specific native speaker accent unless you are planning to, become an actor or an actress. If not, I don't see the necessity for trying by all means to mimic a native speaker. It's not really necessary. And that is really not fluency is about, all right? Fluency is speaking, the ability to speak or write a foreign language with facility. Take note of the fact that it is a foreign language, so nobody expects you to sound exactly like the native speaker, but you have learned to use this language in your own way, and you have learned to use it easily and effortlessly. That is what fluency is really all about. So you can also get audio lectures or podcasts that you can listen to and practice with. Listen and then speak. Do this repeatedly. Of course, taking some English proficiency tests such as IELTS, Duolingo English test, and some other proficiency tests can really be helpful, because in the process, one of the criteria that are used for marking or for awarding scores in some of these proficiency tests is fluency. All right, so that actually is also a very helpful way of improving your fluency. Now, the next one is using a mirror. This might sound absurd, but it's quite helpful. You can stand in front of the mirror and speak. Choose a topic, set a timer for 2 or 3 minutes, and keep speaking. Pretend that you are talking to someone or a group of people. Make sure you watch your mouth, face, and body language as you speak, and then try to make adjustments where necessary, all right? There is no better way to learn how to do something than to start doing it. Now, so you need to keep speaking even when you get stuck on a word, a word you don't know. Just try to find another way of expressing your idea. At the end of the time that you have set for yourself, you can cross-check the right way to say things, the things you wanted to say. Just keep yourself busy with this kind of exercise. The important thing is that you are exposing yourself to consistently using this language, and that improves your fluency. The exercise will help you to discover the kinds of words or sentences you find difficult to use and how to deal with the situation. That actually is an effective way to improve your fluency. Number 8 is preparing for specific English speaking situations. Whenever you are planning to go to a place where you are likely to speak English, you can practice saying the kinds of words and expressions you are likely to speak there. A lot of people who have become experts, public speakers, will tell you that when they started, they had a lot of problems. They had to confront a lot of difficulties. And some were scared to death, if they had to face a large crowd and look straight at them and speak to them. But with practice and with exposure, they became quite proficient in speaking to the public. Now, this also is similar to improving your fluency. For example, if you are preparing to go to a bank, you can imagine the kind of conversations you are likely to have with the gate man, the cashier. Imagine the kinds of questions that they may ask you or the specific requests you might have to make. But most importantly, if you have an occasion that you are going to attend and you are going to present something to the audience, that is a golden opportunity for you to really practice and practice and practice until you are satisfied with your level of confidence. So that you climb the podium feeling comfortable and feeling confident because you know exactly that you will be able to speak fluently. So getting prepared, in such situations, such preparations will also prepare you to become fluent because, they will increase your self-confidence. And there is a relationship between fluency and confidence, all right? Because when you are a confident user of a language, then you are likely to become a fluent user of that language. When you begin to speak confidently, naturally, and almost effortlessly, that is what fluency is really about. Now, the last but not the least is thinking in English. This might sound absurd because you might be asking what exactly is thinking in English. One problem people face as second language users of English is to think in their native language and then try to speak in English. Now, when you do this, you will always have to translate between languages, which is not an easy thing to do. So the next thing is for you to, learn how to really think in English, all right? Because language is a medium of communication. And the moment you begin to solve this problem of thinking in your mother tongue and trying to speak in English, then you make it easier for you to speak effortlessly and with greater speed and with greater ease, all right? So solving this problem is only by practicing thinking in English. You can try to use English when you are thinking about things you are going to do for the day. Using the dictionary can be of help to you as well. When you use an English to English dictionary to look up words, it will save you the trouble of using your native language and trying to translate words. Language and thought are closely related. So when you think in English, you will find it easier to speak in English. All right. So that is one thing that is really very important. And come to think of it, in fact, thinking is an essential part of every man. All right, I'm speaking generically now. Every man, which also extends to every woman, every boy, every girl. You know, there is this thing that the scripture says, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So there is a very strong relationship between thought and language use, just as there is a very powerful connection between thoughts and even our way of life. When you think something consistently, then you tend to do it consistently as well. So thinking in a language will help you to be able to speak that language more effortlessly, which essentially is fluency. Well, I think this is where we have to draw the curtain on today's video. I hope that you have actually, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. We have been looking at what exactly uh, fluency in English means. What exactly is fluency in English? And then we zeroed in on how you can become fluent. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you activate the notification system. What this means is that whenever I upload a new video, you will receive instant notification so that you won't miss any new videos I upload on this channel. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of today's episode. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Goodbye for now and remain blessed.